Hi guys, this is IGCSE O-Level Chemistry, paper 22, extended MCQs, November 2022, question 1. The rate of diffusion of three gases, ammonia, carbon dioxide, and methane is measured. What is the order of the rate of diffusion of the gases from slowest to fastest? So this would depend on their MR. So we have carbon dioxide with an MR of 12 plus 32 giving us 44. Then we have ammonia with an MR of 14 plus 3, 17. And then we have methane with an MR of 12 plus 4, 16. So the one to diffuse, the slowest would be the one with the highest MR, which would be carbon dioxide. This eliminates options C and D. The next would be the one with the second highest MR, which would be ammonia and not methane. This eliminates option B. And the one to diffuse the fastest would be methane with the lowest MR, making option A the correct option for this question. Question 2. Which description of Brownian motion is correct? Random movement of particles due to bombardment by larger particles. No, 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 no. Not by larger particles, by smaller particles. So, random movement of particles due to bombardment by smaller particles, yes. Smaller particles is correct, larger particles is incorrect. Random movement of particles from a high concentration to a low concentration, no. Going in the concentration gradient, along the concentration gradient has nothing to do with Brownian motion. And random movement of particles from a low concentration, it has nothing to do with active transport either. So the correct option for this question is option B. Question 3. The chromatogram obtained using four substances J, K, L, and M is shown. Which statement about M is correct? Okay, M contains three different components. One of the component in M is K and the other is J. M does not contain L. This is seen from the chromatogram. It is a mixture of J and K only. No, it contains J and K, but also something else which is not L. It is a pure substance. No, it is a mixture of three different substances. It is a mixture of J, K, and L. L is not present in M. It is a mixture of J, K, and an unknown substance. Yes. So the correct option for this question is option D. Question 4. Which statements about isotopes of the same element are correct? They are atoms which have the same chemical properties because they have the same number of electrons in their outer shell. Yes, this is true for isotopes. Next, they are atoms which have the same number of electrons and neutrons but different number of protons. No, they have the same number of electrons and protons but different number of neutrons. So this is incorrect. And next, they are atoms which have the same number of electrons and protons but different number of neutrons. Yes, this is the definition of isotopes. Since statements 1 and 3 are correct, option B is the correct option for this question. Question 5. Which statement about solid magnesium oxide is correct? It is a giant structure made up of magnesium and oxygen atoms bonded covalently. It is an ionic compound. It is an electrical conductor with mobile magnesium ions and oxygen ions. No, solid magnesium oxide does not have mobile ions present. Magnesium loses electrons and these electrons move freely through the lattice. No, this is not what happens when ions are present in an ionic lattice. Oxygen ions and magnesium ions are attracted to each other in a giant lattice. Yes, through electrostatic forces of attraction known as ionic bonding. So this makes option D the correct option for this question. Question 6. Which molecule contains only three shared pairs of electrons? So CH3OH. In CH3OH, we've got three CH single bonds, one CO single bond, and one OH single bond. There are no two atoms that share three pairs of electrons. In Cl2, we've got A single covalent bond between two chlorine atoms. In water, we have got a single OH bond on the left and the right side of oxygen. And in nitrogen gas, we've got two nitrogen atoms having a triple bond between them. And since the question is asked, which molecule contains only three shared pairs of electrons, the correct answer for this question is option D. Question 7. Which particles are present in the structure of metals? Positive ions? Yes. Negative ions? No. Shared pair of electrons? No. Mobile electrons? Yes. Since only positive ions and mobile electrons are present in structure of metals, this makes option B the correct option for this question. Question 8. Caffeine is a stimulant found in coffee. Which formula represents caffeine? So let's count one carbon, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got C8, which eliminates options A. Then we've got hydrogen. So 3, 6, 9, and 1, 10. We've got 10 hydrogen atoms. This eliminates option D. Then we can count the number of nitrogen atoms present. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 nitrogen atoms. We've got N4. So B has been eliminated. And for oxygen, we've got 1 and 2. There are 2 oxygen atoms present. So C8, H10, and 4O2. This makes option C the correct option for this question. Question 9. Which sample does not contain a number of atoms equal to the Avogadro's constant? So the value of the Avogadro's constant is 6.02 into 10 to the power of 23, and this is present in 1 mole of atoms because atoms are asked here. So in option A, we've got 14 grams of nitrogen. So 14 grams of nitrogen would be 14 divided by MR would be 28, which will give us a value of 0.5 moles of N2. And since there are 2 moles of nitrogen atoms, when you multiply 0.5 by 2, we end up with 1 mole. So this would contain the same number of atoms as the Avogadro's constant. In B, we've got 6 grams of water. So 6 upon MR would be 18. This will give us a value of 1 over 3. And since water contains 3 atoms, so 1 over 3 into 3 would give us 1 mole of atoms of different elements in water. Okay, now for helium, we've got 4 grams of helium. So 4 upon 4 would give us 1 mole of helium because the AR of helium is 4. And now for the last one, 28 grams of carbon monoxide. So 28 upon MR is 28, which would give us 1 mole. And the number of atoms are 2. So 1 into 2 would give us 2 moles of atoms. So 2 moles of atoms is equal to 2 into 6.02 into 10 to the power of 23 atoms present. Number of atoms is this much. Therefore, this is not equal to the Avogadro's constant. In fact, this is twice the Avogadro's constant, making option D the correct option for this question. Question 10. The electrolysis of concentrated aqueous sodium chloride and molten sodium chloride is shown. Okay, what are the products of the electrodes 1 and 2? Electrode 1 is the cathode and electrode 2 is the anode. So reduction takes place at the cathode. So we have concentrated aqueous sodium chloride. So what would be produced at the cathode via reduction? It would be hydrogen gas. And what would be produced at the anode via oxidation? That would be, this is molten sodium chloride. So that would be chlorine gas. So electrode 1 has hydrogen being produced, eliminating options A and D, and electrode 2 has chlorine being produced, eliminating option C, making option B the correct option for this question.